Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Edge Hill. My name is Clive Edwards. I'm Pro-Chancellor and Chair of the Board of Governors at this university. It's my great pleasure now to declare that this ceremony for the conferment of degrees is now open.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellors, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family of the graduation class of 2018, colleagues and graduates. Good afternoon. My name is John Diamond. I work in the Faculty of Education, and it's my pleasure to welcome you this afternoon. Events like today are important moments of change and transition for everyone taking part. For friends and family, it's a moment to join the celebration with lots of pleasure and relief too, I'm sure, and take delight in and pride in the achievements of the person you're here to support. And whilst you may have some understanding of what support you have given, my guess is that you don't fully know how important and significant you have been. For those about to graduate, it's a moment too of reflection and thinking about what happens next after the celebrating and the partying is finished. For us, this whole week is about acknowledging and celebrating the achievements of so many students who are here and will be here taking part in an important event which marks out a very particular moment in their professional lives. We in the Faculty of Education believe that of all the courses and degrees that you can do at Edge Hill, it's the ones that are offered by us which are special. The decision to commit to teaching children, young people and adults is making a statement about you as a person that very few of the programs that we offer make. We know the power of education to transform lives. Some of us have experienced too when it goes wrong, but the potential of teachers supporting and enabling learning to take place can have a hugely positive impact on people's lives. And it's an impact that many of us will not see immediately or sometimes at all, which is why it's so important today to celebrate and value the work you are about to do. But transition points in a year's time become anniversaries, and we're all used to marking anniversaries. And they provide opportunities to look back. And sometimes we look back with regret, or in the words of the poet Robert Frost, we think about the road not taken. It's not that we shouldn't celebrate anniversaries. 2018 sees two incredibly important anniversaries. The first one we're marking this year is 100 years since women got the vote. And when you look back over the last 100 years, you can see how much still needs to be done, but how important that campaign was. In November, we mark the 100th year since the end of the First World War, and there are those today who say that some of the events taking place around the world owe their origins to the outcome of that historic event. So historic events are important because they help us understand where we are and they help us understand the world that we live in. But the danger of anniversaries is that they are a constant backward glance. For all of us, not just you who are about to graduate, but I include all my colleagues working in education, in our world, it's about looking ahead. It's about being bold and imaginative. Because if we aren't thinking about the future or encouraging those we are supporting to think ahead or to think differently or to be creative in their imagination, the danger is they become stuck in the world as it is, and we can limit the ideas, the aspirations, and the potentialities of those that we're working with. And whilst, of course, we can't know the future in precise detail, we can encourage children and young people and adults to think of the world as a place where what is possible can't be ruled out. Everything is possible. There's an advert for Apple. I mean, at this point, there should be a voiceover saying there are other services out there that you can purchase. There's an advert for Apple on television. You may have seen it. One of the things it does to convey the idea that Apple is imaginative and different, it uses a whole series of images of people over the last 100 years, from Einstein, the Pankhursts, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Alan Turing, Stephen Hawking. And the idea, it says, that these people in their time were seen to be different, were seen to be out of step, were seen to be seeing the world differently from everywhere else. But now we see them for the imaginative, creative, and amazing people they were. And it's those stories and that imagination that I think we need to convey to the children and adults and young people we work with. And to repeat a point I made a moment ago, I do think it's about all of us. So I'm very close to that point on moments like this, so I'm going to use the magic words in conclusion. I'm sure you'd be really relieved about that. And I'm going to end with a quote, but before I do that, I just wanted to say that it gives me enormous pleasure to be here and also to congratulate the class of 2018 on all their achievements. Okay, so the closing quote. In 1968, two American political leaders were assassinated. One was Martin Luther King, an amazing individual who imagined the world as a different place and had dedicated his life to describing and trying to persuade his fellow Americans to see the world in that way. The other person who was assassinated shortly after he was murdered was Robert Kennedy. Kennedy was a politician, and by the time of his death, he too was an advocate of what King was saying. He hadn't always been. And it says something about the journey that individuals can make. So this is the quote. It's a quote that Kennedy used in his campaign of 1968, and he'd borrowed it, is the polite phrase, I guess, from the writer George Bernard Shaw. There are those that look at things the way they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not. Thank you. Enjoy the afternoon.
Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Academic Board, I present students from the Faculty of Education who are candidates for awards today. The following candidates are presented for Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Sciences awards with honours, with qualified teacher status in the subject specialism of primary English education. Chloe Lee Aitken. Emily May Aldridge. Lauren Victoria Mary Alfrey. Megan Nicole Anders. Sophie Louise Appleby. Olivia Rose Atkinson. Bethany Hannah Bailey. Megan Banks. Gemma Louise Beasley. Alexandra Bennett. Yasmin Eva Bill. Olivia Nicole Bimson. Emily Blackett. Neve Elizabeth Bonham. Charlotte Anna Boomer. Chloe Elise Booth. Jennifer Louise Bottomley. Sian Paige Catherine Bretherton. Rachel Louise Brooks. Lisa Pamela Burke. Alice Morgan Tyers Cartmail. Harry James Clark. Vice-Chancellor, the following candidate was a recipient of the Chancellor's Scholarship in 2017. Amelia Elizabeth Clark. Leanne Mary Clinton. Vice-Chancellor, the following candidate was a recipient of the Chancellor's Scholarship in 2017. Annie Rosalind Clowes. Hannah Emily Coe. Hannah Elizabeth Anne-Marie Cook. Michael Douglas Cookson. Jasmine Elizabeth Craigie. Vice-Chancellor, the following candidate was also a recipient of the Chancellor's Scholarship in 2017. Stephanie May Curfey. Kimberly Davenport. Emily Isabella Davies. Brittany Dawes. Stephen James Denton. Isabel Maureen Devaney. Lewis James Diaper. Stephanie Louise Dunn. Ailish Ann Dwyer. Olivia Ellen Dyer. Neve Catherine Dykstra. Daisy May Egan. Cameron Joshua Elliott. Bethany Sarah Evans. Georgia Emily Evans. Jonathan Samuel Forrest. Brooke Elizabeth Foster. Lois Rose Gillan Mahmood. Hope Rachel Green. Elizabeth Louisa Gregory. Siobhan Hagan. Edward John Hall. Joseph Ronald Hanrahan Bradford. Joel Rose Harter. Megan Jane Hayes. Chloe Elizabeth Heald. Taylor Louise Heaton. Cassie Victoria Hepworth. Vice-Chancellor, the following candidate was a recipient of the Chancellor's Scholarship in 2017. Molly Rose Hickman. Hayley Rebecca Hodson. Kirsty Frances Hutchison. Abby Irving. Rebecca Bernice Jones. Parry Deepan Joshi. Georgia Shan Keating. Katie Rachel Leake. Mia Lightbound. Caroline Ann Lightfoot. Abby May Lord. Jessica Emma Luke. Tawanda Kudzai Lungu. Emily Jane Maguire. Francesca Louise Markey. Lindsay Jane Marsh. Abby Louise Marshall. Joshua Christopher James Marshall. Emma Martindale. Amy Josephine Mason. Lydia Helen Matheson. Kate Rebecca Maxwell. Katie Ann Meehan. Laurie Joelle Middleton. Charlotte Jane Miller. Roanne Mary Louise Moles. Anthony Monaghan. Sally Louise Naylor. Abigail Nelson. Bethan Leah Ogden. Andrew James Oldfield. Declan Michael Ormrod. Samuel David Palmer. Joshua David Parker. Hannah Parr. Almira Ashfaq Patel. Amy Pennington. Alice Emily Pickering. Daniel John Pitts. Joe Priestley. Olivia Catherine Pertill. Olivia Ann Ramsell. Chloe Louise Ratcliffe Cross. Ruth Louise Rayner. Katie Francis Rimmer. Rachel Holly Roberts. Emma Jane Sankey. Emma Victoria Shanks. Zach Sharp. Anna Elizabeth Shaw. Riza Sheth. Bethan Victoria Shields. Stephanie Rachel Skillen. Shannon Elizabeth Staveley. Vice-Chancellor, the following candidate was a recipient of the Chancellor's Scholarship in 2017, Rosie Stone. Bethany Louise Stritch. Karen Leslie Strong. Liam Thomas. Sophie Jade Thomas. Holly Elizabeth Tickle. Eleanor Ann Mary Tomlinson. Samantha Tracy. Emily Elizabeth Unsworth. Jack William Unsworth. Gemma Louise Julie Walker. Holly Francesca Walsh. Lauren Jane Walton. Megan Janet Warburton. Molly Anna Clawley Welton. Emma Whaley. Sarah Gale White. Emily Mary Wild. Charlotte Kate Williams.
Okay. Hannah Louise Williams. Sarah Jane Williams. Heather Wilson. Sophie Louise Wilson. Amber Georgia Barbara Winstanley. Olivia Ellen Woods. Georgia Faye Worthington. Emma Louise Wright. Kirsty Louise Wright. Alicia Elizabeth Youds. Misha Zaccarini. Primary Mathematics Education, Rachel Michelle Dixon. Laura Rachel Jagger. Nicola Carol Mottram. James Anthony Patterson. Adam James Smith. Anna Sophia Pinto Souza. Primary Modern Languages Education, Eleanor Christina Black. Lucy Alexandra Briscoe. Emily Frances Cartwright. Ella Jane Cowell. Jessica Claire Fletcher. Ellie Louise Forden. Victoria Jane Favag. Daniel James Garsden. Emma Louise Hayes. Molly Olivia Heaney. Hannah Elizabeth Jones. Chloe Louise Lukashek Shields. Emma Elizabeth Lyons. Natalie Bernadette McCabe. Amy Rose McCarry. Stephanie Jane Moore. Hannah Jade Pinder. Daniel James Zocek. Primary Science Education, Caroline Haley Alston. Katie Marie Amitrano. Sophie Jane Ashton. Rachel Alexandra Baker. Laura Belensky. Raina Eloise Bishop. Emma Joanna Bauer. Leanne Jade Brennan. Joanne Louise Brownbill. Emily Jane Campbell. Shauna Louise Carney. Ian Collins. Patrick Patrick James Cosgrove. Lucy Jane Cotton. Amber Daines. Samantha Edge. Lorna Ellaby. Samantha Brittany Evans. Bethany Louise Harrison. Leanne Hyam. Shannon Emily Hannah Herdman. Caris Emily Jones. Jessica Ann Jones. Thomas Stewart Kinnair. Leah Patricia Knight. Gemma Elizabeth Lindsay. Chloe Ellen Lupton. Sophie Louise Lynham. Rebecca Jane McCrone. Megan Kate McKiernan. Courtney Jessica Milne. Kate Morris. Antonia Mariah Mortimer. Stuart Alexander Murphy Wade. Neve Helen Murray. Heather Elaine Noon. Naseem Syed Patel. Heather Victoria Patterson. Rachel Riley. Darcy Ruth Seagerts. Helena Megan Smith. Rachel Emily Spence. Bronwyn Charlotte Stevens. Lee Stockman. A.D. Stocks. Amy Fiona Swinbank. Ashley Brian Toft. Holly Victoria Williams. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Primary English Education, Edwin Rory Cox. Emily Helen McIntyre. Megan Melka Roberts. Emma Louise Owens. Emma Rhiannon Pagan. Jamie Pritchard. Chloe Anna Ramsey. Josh Michael Shevlin. Kelsey Nicole Smith. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Primary Modern Languages Education, Tristan William Rumney. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Primary Science Education, Tom James William Clark. Philip Patrick Martin Crowley. Connor Marie Locke. Hamza Patel. Crystal Louise Ramsbottom. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Primary Science Education, Kian Daniel Conway. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of students.
You're a very enthusiastic audience, but no one has got a degree yet. Some words. By the authority vested in me as the Vice-Chancellor of Edgehill University, I hereby confer the Edgehill University Awards for which you have been presented, and I congratulate you all. Hats in the air and wave them. "11 solid weeks of sunshine. "300 of you have sprinted across the red carpet. Do you remember Roadrunner? I've managed to say hello and congratulations, but not to have 300 conversations. But at least that means you don't need your sleeping bags. Rather, I'll crave 2 minutes of your time for a brief word to you all. First of all, thank you for choosing to study at Edgehill University, your university. You joined a university that was on a strong upward trajectory, the year when we became Times Higher University of the Year, and we've maintained that trajectory, being the 2018 Times and Sunday Times University of the Year for student retention. Students study here, they stay here, and they graduate here. And we would not have won that award if it wasn't for you. My job is to ensure that the strengthening of your university continues year on year, so that, proud today, you will be yet more proud over the next decade and beyond. And we're proud of you. The 9 o'clock lectures, the assignments, the exams, school practice. We're also proud of the way in which you've developed and grown, the friends you've made, and the opportunities which lay ahead of you, and in particular, the careers that you have chosen to follow. Teachers create life chances. You are the creators of the life chances of the next generation. I also think, and I'm not on script here, I also think that the state has not recognised the contribution of teachers effectively over the last decade or so. I think that tide is starting to turn. It needs to turn, but hopefully you'll be there in the profession when, teachers, I think, are recognised, for what they achieve, and also, I hope, rewarded and thanked accordingly. But I don't see today as the end of a journey. It's an important staging post, but I hope for each and every one of you, it's a stepping stone to successful careers, and equally important, happy, healthy, and fulfilling lives. And we will be here to support you. Our careers service will willingly help you. Our alumni association will welcome you back. And I'm sure my excellent colleagues in your department, in your faculty, will be happy to see your head pop around the door from time to time. They might even try to persuade you to come back and do a master's. But first, enjoy today. You've earned it. You walked into this room as graduands. You leave this room as graduates. Congratulations. Our thoughts and our very best wishes go with all of you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a song for our graduating class of 2018, will you please welcome Miss Lucy McHale.
Is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like a melody so sweetly played in tune, as fair so deep in love am I, and I would love thee still, my dear, though the sea's gone dry, though all the sea's gone dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. Love thee still, my dear, though the sands of time be run. So fare thee well, my bonny lass, and fare thee well, and I would love thee still, my though it were 10,000 miles, though it were 10,000 miles, my dear, though it were 10,000 miles, I would come to you again, though it were 10,000
Thank you very much, Lucy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed the ceremony. You'll be glad to know that there's some refreshments in the centre campus. If you just go back to the centre, to the hub, then refreshments are available there. Please have a safe journey home, and I now declare this congregation closed.